Hi and good morning everybody. How's everybody doing? Hope you're all okay. Another little drive with Ask Sue. Yeah, just in Blackpool. Just wanted to really give you a bit of an update of what we're doing. Obviously we've brought the show back, Ask Sue radio show. You can message me at asksueshow@gmail.com. Give me a shout if you've got any stories you want to bring to the forefront. Also, we did a show just the other night on Justice for Angel. If you've not heard of this story, as a lot of you know, I do a lot of American stories. This isn't in America. A dog was fastened to a tree, and some people found this dog fastened to the tree, and they're trying to coax it and calm, it was a bit nervous because obviously been there, we don't know how long. They had literally been feeding it, they were organising stuff, but they called the RSPCA and they called the police. Now, the police and the RSPCA did eventually come out to the dog, but the trouble was, they actually came and whatever, and the RSPCA officer had actually been feeding the dog. The police were there. It was freezing cold and everything else, and they were trying to think what to do and whatever. They were talking to vets over the phone, not a vet there assessing the situation, over the phone. And to cut a long story short, because I want you to all to go to Justice for Angel page, and we will be putting in the comments all of the links that I speak to you. Go and have a look, because the story is they actually ended up shooting the dog, not once but twice. The first time from 3 meters away, and she fell, whimpered, and literally they went up to her and they literally shot her again. Why did they shoot the dog? Wasn't causing a threat. It wasn't running around. They'd actually got people on their way to actually contain the dog. The dog hadn't snarled or anything. The poor dog was just frightened and cold and hungry. We had Jim Crosby on the show the other day, who, as everybody knows, Jim that's been on the show, he is an amazing guy. He literally did and has dealt with so many cases of dogs being shot by police. He's literally checked out how dogs are and everything. And do you know what? Even he said, as I was I said to Jim, I said, just as a common sense thing, why didn't the police and the RSPCA literally get a cage and put it up to the dog? I can't understand it. Why didn't they just put the food in the cage and just push the cage right up to the dog, and for the dog to go in, because it's hungry. Let's face it, most dogs, if you show it food, it'll run to it, but they didn't. I want to bring a massive exposure to this, which leads to the next part, which is obviously the RSPCA officer will have been very much trained on such situations. My opinion of what I've heard and the story I've heard so far, they didn't need to be shot, this dog. Beautiful dog as well, and I know that even my friends and myself have actually shed tears over this dog, because it should never ever have happened, ever. Ridiculous, absolute ridiculous. But you know what, and then I've just been talking to my good friend Sean, who I must give a big shout out to Sean, because he is working so hard like me in the background. We don't just have a couple of minutes and put these shows together. It takes a lot of hard work, a lot of hours, sharing and caring, and do you know what I mean? So all I'm asking you guys to do is share the show, share the link, add people to the Ask Sue show group. This isn't for me. I'm not an ego person. When people come on my show, I don't go and just talk and talk and talk. I let other people talk, and I let them get their stories out there. Okay, so I'm asking you, please, just to help me to share the show and get it out there. Because to be fair, even on this live video right now, I can't see that anybody's even listening, and that's because it's on a page. So I really need you to get this out. So let's go, as I was saying, me and Sean were going through the shows that we've previously done over the years. And we were remembering back to when we did the Lennox show. and I know quite a few of you have followed me over the time and remember that show. We actually raised over £4,000 in, I would say, 2 hours, 2 hours I think it was. 2 hours, 4 hours. And we actually got a representative for the Ask Sue show to go over to Ireland, to Belfast City Council, to go and actually ask them what was going on. And I've got no problem in doing a little bit of a swear word, but them bastards went and killed Lennox while we had our representative in Belfast City Council, telling us we're going to be looking into it, we're going to be doing this, that and the other. No, I'll tell you what you're going to do. You're going to go and shoot the damn, get rid of, well, not shoot, but put down the dog and just make a load of crap up about it. And that was yet again another BSL law for that one. But the exposure we got for that dog, exactly the same as Memphis. We did a show about a dog called Memphis who, a bit of an hard one to explain. I got loads of shit for that, to be fair. And I'll tell you why. Because I did two sides to every story, and that's exactly what I do. I actually had I've done a lot of exposure for Memphis, and Memphis had certainly took over my heart when we were doing that show. He was a dog that was needing, apparently Bloomfield were trying to take him off him, and then he'd been given to a caretaker. Now I did the show with the couple and said to them, if you knew that Memphis was safe and well and happy and comfortable, would you be? I know damn well that on that show I was told yes. I then brought in Teresa, right? And she was known at the time as the caretaker. I will let you know that the caretaker, this amazing, beautiful woman who has rescued so many dogs, right? Who struggles every single week to pay her vet bills, right? Had been threatened. She had been threatened to have her place torched down. She'd been threatened all sorts. So much. And do you know what? Thousands was raised for Save Memphis. Then I'll ask you the question. How much did Teresa get? So if the Memphis didn't get the money, where did it all go and what did it go for? I've done so many exposure shows. I've done so many shows for the good, right? So many. I've done some pretty damn heart-wrenching shows. Do you know what? I can remember the one that I did. And I'll tell you what, I can feel myself building up with tears. And there's two or three. But one in particular was the one I did about the dogs in China. And I'll tell you what did it. There was a skip, right? With God knows how many hundreds of dogs in this skip, and I'll find I tell you what, I'll see if I can actually find it, right? And anybody who thinks they haven't got a heart, you take a look at this. And there was a skip with all these dogs' bodies. You may think, oh, what's so thing about that? They'd been skinned, right? These dogs' bodies were skinned. But what got me was when I actually watched this video, and lying in that skip is a dog that's got no skin. It is actually still bloody well alive, and this little dog blinked. I can see the eyelashes, the detail, the look in that poor dog's eyes as he is skinned alive and he's chucked in a skip and he's blinking. Do you know what we say about cruelty, right? That is beyond cruelty. That is like something that I would imagine not even the devil would question whether he should do it. And this is what upsets me so much, is there's so much out there that it's just allowed. It is just allowed, isn't it? It's just, what do they get for it? What are them people going to get for shooting Angel like that? Is anybody going to question it? Are you going to stand up for this poor dog? the people that actually witnessed that are actually standing up, and I am asking all of you to go and look at that. I want you to all have a look at the links and like all of the pages that I put on the links below, because I'm telling you, all of them people are good people. I have seen some most horrendous things, and like when I did the one that was about the I actually got sent a video, and somebody said to me, "Sue, you need to be careful when you watch this video. It's really upsetting, but I want you to look at it." I'll tell you what, I wish I could think who that was now, but I'll have to have a look back. And I opened this video, and what I saw was horrendous, and I can see this dog as clear as anything. It was a dog that was in a room lying down, and it was being put down, and these people were putting this dog down with a third of the euthanization drug that was actually needed to put these dogs down. It was taking them 2 hours to die. Yeah, 2 hours. Not, you know, I've had my dog put down recently, and it didn't take very long at all. And if I'd have seen my dog being put down and it took 2 hours, trust me, somebody would have got seriously hurt, and it wouldn't have been my dog. So, I literally watched this video, and I also had pictures of where they put the dogs in freezers, and there was claw marks on the actual lids of these freezers. I've never been to America, and maybe one day I will, but trust me, I'll change my name before I go, because I may get shot before I go in. But I've never been to America, and do you know what? I'm glad to say that with the help of my listeners, and with the people that were sharing, and the people that were caring, and people that were advocates from all over the world, that went viral. I even got my page, my Facebook page, with the help of amazing people, I actually got that onto American news. And do you know what? They were even in America, the journalists were actually wanting to know who was admin of the page. And I've got people saying, "Sue, they want to do a story on you. They want to get you on the TV, and they want to do it." No, that's not me. I don't want to go on damn old TV. I want to be famous, but for different reasons, right? I want to be famous so I can do more. I want to be like Ellen DeGeneres, so that when I post something, it goes to thousands and millions of people. You know? Not for the... I'm not bothered about ego, and I don't need my face to be on TV, and I don't need all that glory, and I don't need a massive house, although all those things would be lovely, wouldn't they? And big posh car, you know. But I just love to be able to do a difference. And do you know what? I've got so many people messaging me, Sue, they want to know who you are. They want to know who you are. And I was like, don't tell them who I am. What do you mean, don't tell you? Don't tell them who I am. Why not? But Sue, you'll make it... No. It's about the case. It's about getting that place shut down. It's about getting... Betty Crumley was her name. It was about getting that bitch out of that place. It wasn't about me. It wasn't about anything else. That's what I wanted. And do you know what? I did it. With my brilliant team that I had around me, and with the amazing people I had got sharing and caring and doing a difference, we had that place shut down. Never even been in America. And that's why it's not about egos. It's not about having this big I am attitude. You don't need to tell me I'm bloody amazing. I keep telling the other half, but he's yet to believe me. But you know. But do you know what? I'm amazing when people share my show. I'm amazing, and I get out there when people want to make a difference. I'm amazing when groups are not fighting over who did what and how did it. I don't give a toss who did it. I don't care. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you came from. I don't care how much you did. I don't care if you did one share and you made a difference. This is about making a difference. You know what I mean? I've got people I hear saying, "Oh, can you do a show about this?" When was the last time you shared my page? When was the last time you made a difference? When was the last time you messaged me? Come on, I just need you literally to stand up for me and literally share my page and make a difference. That's all. Do you know what? I did one chip-in once, right? And I was on hard times, but I really wanted to carry on the show. You should have heard the shit I got for that. But it was okay for all the people that were raising money for dogs to be getting money out of me through my promoting. That was okay. But when I did it to keep the show going, everybody jumped on me. And the ones that I'd actually done shows for, they did a big massive donation of like $20. $20 blinking. I mean, where does $20 blinking go nowadays? Nowhere, does it? Let's be fair. But do you know what? I still want to do this. My passion is by making a difference. You know, I watched a video the other week about Princess Diana. And I was looking at the difference that she made and how many people she brought together, right? She fought to the damn end. She sat with people who got AIDS and everything to make a damn difference. And by God, she did. And now she's got 2 really nice sons, and I like them. I like the fact that they're following on. Am I a royal family lover? No, not really. But, you know, I like the fact of what they do. Not so much the rest, but, you know, them, yeah. But you know what? I just need to make a difference. I've got so many shows that people want me to expose. I've got things to be doing. It's so much you wouldn't believe. I've got one lady who, called Jeanette, who's literally does the, had the dog for Taco for Mayor. Don't know if you remember it. He passed away and she wants me to do a show about puppy mills. I will. That's coming. I've got another one. I've got another show, like obviously for Justice for Angel. I've got another show coming up soon that's going to be for the homeless. I've got another one for my good friend Lisa Beretta and Michael Totti. We're going to be doing a show with them, and that's about Conscious Inc. It's about getting out there. It's about sharing the love. It's about making a difference. This is what it's all about. You know, just those little tiny things, just one share. And it's like I've always said, if you've literally got I've just got an ambulance coming up behind me, so I'm just pulling over before somebody thinks I've gone totally mad. I just want to make a difference. Do you know what I mean? I just really want to make a difference, just to put it together. I just want to get this show further out there. So I've got about 3,000 people in the Ask Sue show group. Just imagine if all of you literally did add 3 friends, just 3. What amazing impact that would be. Imagine if you all added 10 friends. Imagine 10 friends each. 30,000 people, I reckon. Amazing. All I'm asking is for you all to do a different share. Look at the effect we had with the Lennox. Granted, Lennox still got killed. But what that show did was brought people together from all over the world. And do you know what? And even with Patrick. Today, it is 7 years. Happy birthday, Patrick. 7 years today since the rebirth of Patrick. Look at the amount of thousands of advocates that were brought together because of that amazing little dog. That is amazing. That is because of people like us. That's because of the shows. The show that I did. You know, we had an amazing response. I did 4-hour show that day. I literally did from 10 o'clock at night till 12, and then I did 12 till 2. Was I shattered after? I wasn't shattered. I was exhausted. But the impact that we made that night and the people that we brought together, again, was amazing. I've never been as proud as that. I think that was just amazing. We've got so much coming up there. So today, I want you to think about Patrick Miracle. Have a look at the page, Patrick Miracle. Another good page. And have a look at that and look at what that dog was like, what it's like today, 7 years on, and think about how many advocates came together for that little dog. Now, if we can have that many advocates come together for one little dog, imagine if we all worked together as a team and did it for all of the dogs and the cats and the animals and all, everything. We could be making such a huge difference. So, the other thing I've got to have a quick mention is, I had an amazing woman in my life. She was beautiful, she was caring, she didn't judge, she tried to help, she listened, And she inspired me to be the person that I am today. For those that think I'm a bitch, trust me, she wasn't a bitch. But she inspired me, and the love that she showed me was something that my mum could only dream of giving me. And that was my nan. My nan died in 2000 today, but in 2000. And that's 18 years ago. Do you know what? It only seems like yesterday since she went. 18 years ago. I miss it, still miss her every single Sunday. You know, on Mother's Day, do you know what? I cried on Mother's Day. And I'll tell you why. I wanted to go to my nan's and give her the biggest bunch of flowers that she's ever seen. I wanted to give her the biggest chocolate bar that I've ever seen. But most of all, I wanted to give her the biggest hug she's ever felt. So instead, I sat down, I cried, and I sent them to her in my mind. And in the last few days, I've actually spoken to some amazing people, even ones that I've literally not worked with for a while, and I've caught up with them. And to hear the words from them say, Sue, nobody did it like you. Sue, you need to get back. Sue, you need to do these things. Sue, do you remember this show? Sue, do you remember that show? Do you know what? I just want to say thank you to every single person that's done that to me recently. I've got to say thank you to Sean, to Lisa, Bretta, to Michael Totti, to my partner, Chris, to my family, and even those that have gone and left me behind for me to meet again one day. I thank every single one of them, because do you know what? They've inspired me to carry on going, and they've inspired me and made me stronger. In the last 3 years, I've had even more stories that have come to my mind that I need to be doing. And why? Because I've had to deal with it myself. I actually lost my little brother, 37-year-old. An amazing guy. A bit of a twat at times. But, do you know what? He was motivated, he was caring. He's such a hard worker. You wouldn't meet a guy to work as hard as my brother. He loved my kids with all his heart. He treated them like they were his own. And he spoiled them to death, but do you know what? He taught them right from wrong as well, like me. But do you know what? He was an inspiration. That guy couldn't cope with our world. And do you know what? I can see bloody well why. He couldn't cope with it because it's such a hard world. Couldn't deal with the technology, couldn't deal with all that. And he pushed me and my family away just so he could do what he did. I have never felt anything like I did that day when he literally had done that. Because due to the fact that I'm feeling quite low right now and suddenly, going from high to this, I just want to say that he has inspired me to do my shows again as well, and I want to make a difference. I want to make that difference. I want people to believe in themselves. I want people to come and talk to me and say what they've gone through and felt. And I will do the shows that other people won't even touch, never mind look at. Some won't even open the videos. We've heard the word so many times. Why do you share these cruelty videos? Why do you share these pictures that are so horrific? I'll tell you why. Because them bloody animals can't even share these videos. They can't make a difference. They just share love when they look at us in a certain way. And I tell you what, I will do everything in my power to stand up for what's right. I will give a voice for the voiceless. I will piss people off, because do you know what? I will stand up for two sides to every story, because there is two sides to every story. And I'll find out which is the right one. Will I make mess ups? Yeah, of course I will. But do you know what? I'll put things right, and if I'm wrong, I'll own up to being wrong. So with that, I want everybody to please, just for me, and just for every single animal, every single person that's suffering, every single person that needs a voice, every single person that's sat on their own, every dog that's in every shelter, every cat that's in every shelter, whatever your reason for fighting or being an advocate, I ask you to please do 1 share, 10 shares, 50 shares to my pages, to my groups, to my videos, to my YouTube, everything, because I want to make a difference. I want to connect everybody. And to those that are egotistic, who are sending messages to my friends to say, you can't be in this group because you're in another group, you need to grow the hell up, because that shit doesn't work with me. And you carry on that nonsense, and trust me, we'll be ready to take you down, because I won't put up with that nonsense. This is about teams working together. I don't care what the name of your group is. It's about how many dogs and cats you're saving, and how many we can unite, and how many people we can get together. So let's get this shit sorted. Let's get together. Let's start working, and let's start promoting. And I will do shows for any group that is literally gets in touch with me and shares my groups and my YouTube. Anybody wants to go against people and stuff and cause trouble, then wait for it, because it's going to happen. So please go to www.asksue.co.uk, or give me an email, asksueshow@gmail.com. Thank you very much. Cheers. Bye-bye.